Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab of California, and we have another new breakdown for you today. It's going to be on Christian McCaffrey and really getting his top end speed and better understanding his top end speed here. We've broken down his 40-yard dash before, but here it's going to be some in-game footage of when he's running and when it was his 40-yard dash. Obviously, it was when he was just a rookie. This is going to be a few years into his actual career, and so we'll be able to get some different takeaways, and it's always different to be actually seeing somebody running in the actual sport as well. So big thing that you can notice here with McCaffrey is he's touching the ground here at about 6.33 on the left side, and then he doesn't push off the ground until a little bit after that, probably about 6.45. So he spends about 0.12 time on the ground when we're talking about the left leg. But then on the right leg, he does a really good job of cycling that leg back through. So he lands at 6.56, and then he pushes off at 6.66. Right, and so what that means is that he's at a 0.1 on that one. So his right leg is definitely more of his speed leg. He cycles that leg through a lot faster, and you can see how good of a job he does in really being able to push off there, get full extension through the back, through the hip, which is so important when it comes to being able to maximize your speed. All those top sprinters, they do a great job being able to fully extend through the hip, fully extend through the knee, and fully extend through the ankle in order to really get a lot of force, and then from there get that vertical push to make it so then they can cycle the leg really quickly. So there's a great job there, left leg here pushing off the ground, cycling the leg through, and then with the right leg you can see he's driving the knee up and then getting his foot out in front of him the best that he can, and then pulls that foot out underneath him. Right, he doesn't have as much flexibility on the right side to be able to really get all the way out. You can see on his left one where he gets that foot way out in front of him and then pulls back. He doesn't land in as good of a position on his left side, but he gets a lot more of the extension out in front of him. So that's why I say it's probably much more. He spends more time on the foot with the foot on the ground, and he also really maximizes his overall turnover to make it so he's going to be utilizing a lot more power within that left leg, right? Because he's getting that leg way out in front and then pulling down, so he's getting a lot of torque from being able to push that down and then really extend off with that left foot. And then the right foot just cycles through really quick, doesn't get as much of an extension out in front, then cycles really quick underneath him, quick on the ground, and then pushes back off and gets that left foot going again. So it seems like everybody has a bit of a left side more power leg, right side more of a speed leg, and so being able to see that, I think, is super effective and makes it so you can get a better understanding of how you can improve your own individual run. Notice that he's getting pretty vertical. He's not picking up a ton of overall space on each one of his steps. He could do that by getting more extension in both legs out in front of him. He keeps those feet kind of low to the ground once he gets the knee up to his hip. So if he was able to get that foot a little bit higher than cycle through, he'd be able to pick up more distance on each one of his steps. And then you can see here, as he starts getting fatigued, he gets a little bit more of an extension in his back. So, now in this position, he's getting his head a little bit further back behind him now, and he's not really able to drive and get as much of an extension out in front of him, right? So he's kind of lost that nice cycle with his leg out in front, which really is a lower core type of thing. And so that's what ends up happening, is that if you can't keep that nice cycle with your leg out in front of you, now he's starting to turn, but that's going to really impact, or that's usually coming from your lower core, having that good strong lower core. Not to say that he's weak in the lower core, just different in comparison to some of those elite sprinters, the Tyson Gays and the Noah Lyles, and those guys that are really able to maintain their top end speed for a long period of time. They have very, very strong lower cores, very good control of that lower spine area, which makes it so they're able to generate a large amount of force for an extended period of time. Christian McCaffrey playing running back, I'm assuming he's a lot more focused on quick turning, and moving side to side really quickly. He's not going to be focusing as much on being able to sprint for something like 100 meters straight, just because he rarely does something like this. It's not every day where you get to break open a huge run like this. So he's much more focused on moving side to side, being quick and balance and agility, which gives you a different overall build than, again, somebody that is going to be sprinting for long periods of time, like Noah Lyles, who has just a great sense of being able to maintain top end speed for a long duration, and does a great job of not leaning back, and does a good job of consistently driving the legs through on each one of the steps. So definitely a compare and contrast there, but just seeing some of the big parts of helping him break free and being able to see exactly what you can improve on as a sprinter, because I see this a lot with running backs where, you know, they're not, or just football players in general, they're not able to get their foot out in front of them and get that nice extension, and Christian McCaffrey does that. And then he also lands on the balls of his feet, which is super important. You got to be able to cycle that leg through, land on the balls of your feet in order to have success. All right, I have some links below to try out our 40-day speed program trial. I've been working a lot on speed stuff, so we have good contact stuff, we have turnover, we have arm position, we have start, we have basically everything that you need in order to get fast within those first 7 days. You should see some improvement. Looking forward to working with more people and helping more people get fast and improve their overall technique and form. All right, if you have any questions, let me know, and we'll talk soon.